A lot of things we deal with on first-person defender are tactical situations. Well, every once in a while, weapon manipulation skills will rear their ugly head. And what we had with David was he created malfunctions because he wanted to perform a tactical or a magazine exchange, tactical reload, when he really didn't need to, but he felt that he had shot a bunch of rounds out of his gun, so he wanted to unload it, reload it, and then cover down on the bad guy. Well, I'm gonna give you some tips on how to do that correctly or a little more safely. So I'm gonna load up my little compact 9, and I'm gonna take my spare magazine, I'm gonna put it in my pocket. So when I put that in my pocket to do my reload, I'm gonna orient it so that when it comes out in my hand the way I want it. So I'm gonna show you how this works. So I engage my target, maybe 4 or 5, several rounds. So I'm gonna reach into my pocket and I'm gonna change this out, put my other magazine away, and I'm ready to move on with a fully loaded gun. Now there's a couple of ways to do this, a couple of variations, but I'm sure a local trainer can show those to you when you go train with them.
So it's been several months since my episode of First Person Defender was filmed and aired, and I've had a chance over the past several months to kind of reflect on what I learned from that episode. One of the key takeaways was I now view rooms differently. When I walk into a transitional space or to a room full of people, I look at exits, entrances, egress routes, and I think about where am I going to position myself if something happens. Edge of the room, back of the room, front of the room, it all depends on where the entrances are. That was a huge takeaway for me. And since First Person Defender, I have told my friends and family that if I ever get a chance to be involved in a force-on-force training, take the opportunity. If it means investment in some money, spend the money. If it means investment in time, take the time. It's lessons you will never learn anywhere else except a real-life scenario, and you hope that by the time that ever happens, you're ready because you've had force-on-force training. So one of the questions that was asked in the comments was, why didn't I go over to the suspect who was on the floor and kick his gun away? Well, why would I? One, I already have a gun on him, so if he's still alive, I have the advantage of him already. Secondly, I don't want to get close to him because if he is still alive, now I give up that advantage. The other thing was, I'm still looking for a second suspect. I don't know if the scenario's over yet. So far as I know, there's a second gunman. So it's easy to look at Hollywood, for example, and say, oh, I should do what Hollywood does. Never take your gun training from Hollywood. So here's one of the comments, for example, and pardon my language, you don't open the door yourself. Anyone who's ever played Call of Duty, here we go, knows that you wait in the corner for the guy to come through and you shoot him in the back. And this laser shining on the door was an indicator of his position and that he was armed. The threat actor knew it, but he restrained himself from his own situational awareness to play the role. Other shooters are more focused on taking out as many people as possible, and once he knows any position, he gives him a green light. Really? Let me tell you, it was very, very real, and I tried very carefully not to give the position away. And Call of Duty, that's where you got your tactics. I love the game, but it's a game. Everybody move to the corner. Move to the corner. Michelle, take charge. Take it all to the corner.
Do what? Do what? What's going on?
Go to the corner. Go to the corner now. Go to the corner. Call 911.